Today we're taking a look at these NBA matches, which are happening on Monday, December 5, 2022, and giving you match breakdowns, betting tips and predictions in general on these games. Welcome back to High Stakes. Before we dive into our video, don't forget to subscribe and push that notification bell to get notified as soon as we release these sport prediction videos. Also, check out our perks and join the High Stakes membership. Joining the High Stakes membership is easy, is cheap, but it will help a lot in the growth process of this channel. Plus, if you would like more betting tips and predictions, then check out our Patreon in the link down below. Our new Patreon is a way for us to help you improve your chances of making more money. Multiple plans are available for each and every one of you. By becoming a member of the High Stakes Patreon, you will have access to our best team picks, total picks, parlay picks and much more. Stop wasting hours of your time searching for bad betting predictions that ends up costing you a lot of time and money. Join the High Stakes Patreon now and get the best betting picks. Going back to our video, we will give you 2 betting picks for each game, a team pick and a total pick based on facts and detailed explanation. One more thing before we start, check out our new channel High Stakes Props and Parlays, where you can find our player props and parlay picks predictions. You will find the link in the description and comments section below. And make sure to watch our videos till the end so you don't miss any of our picks. Memphis Grizzlies vs Miami Heat. Memphis will be playing its second game in as many nights after playing in the Motor City on Sunday against the Detroit Pistons, followed by Monday's home game with the Heat. The Grizzlies have failed to cover the number in each of the last 4 when playing against a team that has a losing record straight up, which Miami does at 11-12. The Heat are coming off a victory over Atlantic Division leading Boston on Friday night. Miami has its leading scorer Jimmy Butler back on the court, as well as third leading scorer Tyler Herro. Bam Adebayo has taken over second place in scoring with an average of 20.0 points per game and is also leading the Heat in rebounding with an average of 9.1 boards per contest, which gives Miami a very solid inside-outside attack on offense. Although Miami at times has struggled scoring, of which most of that is due to injuries, the Heat have remained solid on defense and currently are 8th in points allowed at 110.3 points per game. Take the Heat. The Memphis Grizzlies will be playing their second game in as many nights and are likely to slow the tempo down a bit against a tough defensive-minded Miami Heat squad. Memphis has seen the total finish under in 4 of the last 5 when playing against a team that has a losing record straight up. As mentioned earlier, Miami has the 8th best defense and points allowed in the NBA at a rate of 110.3 points per game, and the Heat are scoring an average of just 109.5 points per game, which is 26th. Take the under here. Houston Rockets vs Philadelphia 76ers. The 76ers have won 3 of their last 5 games. They don't have a high-scoring offense, but they have shot the ball well, especially on the road where they are making over 48% of their shots. They are very aggressive on the offensive glass, which will give them more scoring opportunities, and they cut back on their turnovers in their last 3 games and won't give the Rockets a lot of easy scoring opportunities. The Rockets aren't very good defensively, and they've given up 120 points or more in 4 straight games, so expect them to have a hard time slowing down the 76ers. The Rockets have lost 3 of their last 4 games and 5 of their last 7 home games. They aren't very good offensively, but they play better at home where they are averaging more than 110 points per game. They struggled from long distance in their last 3 games, making less than 25% of their 3-pointers. They rebound the ball well, which will keep them in the game, but they're very careless with the ball, turning it over more than 17 times per game, which will be a problem against the 76ers, who force a lot of turnovers. With Philadelphia keeping opponents under 110 points per game on the road, the Rockets will struggle offensively in this game, so go with Philadelphia to cover the spread. The 76ers followed up their 3-game winning streak by losing their last 2 games. They will try to put an end to their streak with a win over the Rockets, which will give them their 4th win in their last 6 games. Philadelphia is averaging 108.3 points per game. They scored 109 points in their last game, making 44% of their field goals and 42.4% of their 3-pointers. Joel Embiid led the 76ers with 35 points, 11 rebounds, and 8 assists. Tobias Harris finished with 214 points and 11 rebounds, while Shake Milton added 17 points and 5 assists. Philadelphia has played well defensively, giving up 106.6 points per game. They gave up 117 points in their last game and will need to do a better job if they want to get the win. The 76ers come into this interconference matchup with Houston 27th in pace. James Harden has been out of the lineup for the last 3 weeks, and Therese Maxey recently went down as well. For that reason, the 76ers have played at a much slower pace than anticipated, working their offense exclusively through Joel Embiid. Both clubs are bottom 5 in points per game, and the Rockets are last in the league in field goal percentage. They went 3 for 28 in the first half against Golden State, and they will have similar issues facing the 76ers here. The total number has gone under in 4 of Houston's last 5 home games against Philly. Take the under here with confidence in a low-scoring game. Dallas Mavericks vs Phoenix Suns. Sunday's contests have been excluded from the analysis, and the 15-7 Phoenix Suns visited the lowly San Antonio Spurs, hoping to bounce back from a surprising 122-121 home defeat to the Houston Rockets. Last Friday, Phoenix put an end to its 6-game winning streak, playing as huge 12-point favorites against the hapless Rockets. The Suns blew a 16-point second-half lead despite 52.9% shooting from the field and 45.9% from beyond the arc, 17 for 37. Dallas forced New York into 20 turnovers and allowed just 18 assists. The Mavs made 24 of a staggering 61 attempts from beyond the arc while handing out 27 dishes and committing just 11 turnovers. Luka Doncic accounted for 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 7 assists. Tim Hardaway Jr. had 28 points, 8 for 13 from deep, while Spencer Dinwiddie posted a terrific line of 17 points, 9 boards, 9 assists, and 0 turnovers. Back in October, the Suns rallied from a 15-point fourth-quarter deficit to outlast the Mavericks on a final possession. We should see another dramatic battle between Phoenix and Dallas, and I'm backing the Mavs to get revenge in front of the home fans. The Suns are without Chris Paul and have to deal with fatigue on the second day of a back-to-back set, while the Mavs look to replicate their shooting performance from Madison Square Garden. The Mavericks are taking great care of the ball, which is a very important thing in a matchup against the Suns, who are a top 10 team in the league in opposing turnover percentage and points allowed per 100 possessions. Dallas is a top 10 defensive unit too and will find a way to slow down Devin Booker. The Mavericks are 4-2 and 5-1 ATS in their previous 6 encounters with the Suns. Take the Dallas Mavericks ATS. Devin Booker has been otherworldly over his last 3 games prior to hitting up Texas, averaging 45.3 points per on 66.7% shooting. In those games he also had a combined 16 rebounds, 18 assists and 7 steals. He is currently 7th in the NBA with a 29.5 points per game average on the year and is one of just 10 players in the league averaging double digits in field goals made per game, with 10.6. Tim Hardaway Jr. dropped 28 points on the Knicks, tying his season high. He shot 10 for 17 from the field and 8 for 13 from behind the three-point arc. Over his last 3 games he is averaging 25.3 points per game and shooting 50.9%. In this run he has combined for 19 three-pointers made, 16 rebounds and 5 assists. In the 4 games Hardaway played in prior to this, he had a total of 14 points, shooting 5 for 29. This is a low total that we should look to take advantage of. Both teams combined average a tick over 226 points per game, and both have big-time scorers in Booker and Luka Doncic. In their last 5 both teams are above their averages, with Phoenix scoring 119.2 per game and Dallas 115.4 per game in that span. Phoenix's last 3 have gone over. 3 of Dallas's last 4 have gone over. Take the over.